just ask you about the first day of practice, how it went, and what's good. Give me an idea of what the next 6 to 8 weeks could look like.
Yeah, I think yesterday was a little bit of a struggle, just trying to adjust to everything. But I think once we get into the swing of things, we have no choice but to adapt. So we just have to adapt. Like, we have no other choice. Of course, missing AZ was hard. Now missing Paige is going to be really difficult for us, but we're going to be just fine, and we're going to make it. And like I said, it was something that we have to do. We have no other choice.
Does your role change much in this?
I think everyone's does. I think everyone has to step up, whether you're a big guy, whether you're a guard, especially our guards. I think we're down to 3-4 guards now. So everyone's role is going to be intensified for sure. Our big guys, they might get pushed out to the wing. Just, whatever coach throws at us, we have to be able to adapt. We have to be able to do it. And just really just play together and just play our game. At the end of the day, we're still UConn. Everyone's still after us. We're not getting any, sense of no one's feeling bad for us. So it's whatever is on our chest. Everyone, like I said, everyone's still after us, and we have to play that way.
Evina, how much fun was it to see Caroline do what she did in the fourth quarter? And hopefully she can build off of that.
I told her, I said, "You're lucky I got in foul trouble." I said, "Everything happened for a reason. I got in foul trouble. You were able to come in, do your thing." And I really love that for her. Just seeing her out there doing what she does, and just gaining her confidence. She's an amazing player. She does so many things for us in practice. So I'm glad she was able to show that to the fans a little bit in our last game.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Evina. As a senior leader on this team, and like you said, one of the few kind of guards left standing, what kind of, I don't know if you've had conversations with Kristen in particular, if this is something more that you're kind of thinking through internally, but like what will you have to do to kind of step up in this time, especially whether or not it's leadership wise, but also kind of coming through on the floor to be an extra, step up in those areas where you guys might be missing Paige specifically?
I think right after practice, we had all just went to the locker room and just kind of like, we got to figure it out. We got to make it work. And like I said before, we have no other choice. So we need to find something where we can just get into the rhythm of things. And so I think that was really good, not for us seniors to be a part of that conversation, but for everyone to be a part of that conversation. Like I said, everyone is going to have to step up. Everyone's role intensifies, no matter if you're a starter. We're a starter, no matter if you're a big guy, you're a guard. Everyone has to step up with their voice, with their actions. And that's what's going to help us be successful down the road. And that's obviously what we want to do. We want to continue to win, continue to build individually and as a group and as a team. And I think this is going to be a big test for us.
And I know how close you are with Paige. Just seeing how she's handled things the last few days. What have you seen just in how she's able to, obviously, I'm sure it's devastating for her to have to go through this, but the fact that she can also, in theory, if she gets back in 6 to 8 weeks, and she can help you guys finish what you all started.
I wouldn't say she's doing great. She's definitely keeping her spirits high. She's at practice again, using her voice, being there for us, because she knows how impactful that is for us, just to be able to tell us what she sees. And it's a different voice than the coach's voice. It's our teammates' voice telling us that. So she's able to tell us different things. But just off the court, it's hard. I went through two things with my knee. So, I've been there, and I can just kind of see it just me being there for her, having been through it, like a very, very similar incident. Just telling her, hey, it's going to be okay. It really is. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. But I know for her, it can get overwhelming. She has so many voices and so many people who support her, just her platform in itself. So I think it can get overwhelming for her, but I think she's handled it tremendously, like she does pretty much everything.
Thanks, Evina.
Mm-hmm.
As the team mother, vocally, you're already a leader, but how do you change and who takes over that vocal leadership role that Paige has had on the court in those key situations, maybe when the other team's making a run? Do you see yourself in that role, and how does that work?
Yeah, I've already kind of had that role vocally, as you said, in games and in practice, but now in games especially, it's just going to have to be with my actions, telling people specifically what to do or specifically exactly what we need to get done in those times. So like I said, it's not just me, it's everyone. Everyone has to pick up the slack, and we have a lot of people who are down right now, but that's okay. It's early in the season, but we have to be able to put everything together, no matter who we have out there.
Was it a little bit of a shell shock at first, and then did something like yesterday snap you guys out of it and make you go, okay, like we can do this, we have to do this?
Was
Like,
practice the shell shock yesterday?
No, I mean, when Paige, like learning that Paige was going to be out and seeing her get hurt, and was that like a little shell shock? And then did something like snap you out of it at practice, kind of, or?
So yeah, when we had kind of just found out how long she was going to be out for, it's kind of just like, damn, I think just seeing what she had done, she was literally by herself and her knee just gave out, and it was just from fatigue. It just gave out on her. So it was just a crazy, weird incident that had happened. You know, no one wants to see one of their teammates go down. And it hurts all of us, you know, to see someone in pain, to see someone you know, in tears or whatever it may be in the training room. You know, we don't necessarily like that. And it makes us feel like, you know, a part of us is down as well. But at the same time, we have to be able to, you know, grow up, still be there for our teammates who aren't being able to play, but at the same time, we have to get it done on the court, no matter who's out there, like I had said. So yeah, I think yesterday was just a hard test for us. And so now coming in today, before we leave, we have to leave on a really good note. So we're feeling great going into our next game against Georgia Tech.
Hey, Evina, this is Jackie Powell with Bleacher Report. I want to expand upon Alexa's question a little bit. So Paige posted something to her Instagram story, and one of the pictures was of you helping her up from the ground. And she wrote, like, my family is going to lift me up every time. And so I'm curious as to figuratively what this time without Paige is going to be like for you, and what you will need to do to keep lifting her up when she's not able to play.
Me personally, I think it's just talking to her. You know, she hates not to practice. So for her just to be able to sit out and watch games is gonna, I mean, you know, she's gonna struggle. But I mean, I went through a year and a half of it. So I know I'm really just telling her, like, she's a little bit hard-headed, she's stubborn. But just telling her, like, hey, you know, it's gonna be okay. She's like, no, like, I can't do it. I'm like, no, you have no choice. You are sitting out. So just kind of just telling her, not even being that mom, but being that big sister that she needs. Just like, hey, like, you know, we're gonna get through it together, but letting her know that everyone is behind her. The whole team is behind her. You're not letting us down. You're not, none of that. You're gonna, after these however many weeks, months, whatever, you're gonna be back healthy. You're gonna come back stronger, and everything's gonna be fine. Our goal is the national championship. You know, it's not the next game or the next game. Of course we want to win. You know, of course we got to get it done without her. But the big goal is the national championship. You know, we want you ready for that. Everyone knows what you bring to the table. We'll be here when you get back. So just constantly talking to her and making sure she's not alone. Because I've been in a dark place, especially when you're injured. You know, you feel like you're kind of just isolated. She also has AZ, who's obviously injured and obviously out. So they're best friends, and you know, it's been that way. So, you know, she's able to talk to her and they're able to converse together, so neither of them feel alone, as well as Aubrey, you know, in that mix too. So just like I said, just talking to all of them through it, and just letting them know that, you know, hey, we're going to get it done for you guys. And you guys aren't alone. We're here. We back you up and we support you guys 100%.
I really appreciate that. And to follow up, you know, you hinted, or you've said a couple of times that y'all have no choice. This is the hand you've been dealt. So I'm curious as to, you know, after you get over sort of the initial feelings of frustration and sadness, how do you sort of shift the focus to this being more of an opportunity than anything?
I think that really starts today. We just have to adjust. Like I said, we literally have no choice. And we just have to get it done at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we have to get it done, doesn't matter how. We just have to get it done. And I think that just really starts in practice to make sure we're all feeling good going into, you know, getting on the plane and being like, okay, you know, we all feel like we can do it. Doesn't matter if you're Amari, Pia, me, myself, Liv, Kristen, Mir, doesn't matter who. We all have to get on that plane as one, making sure that we feel good and feel like we can get it done no matter who's on the floor. And I think that's the biggest emphasis.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hey, Evina, whether Paige is on the floor or not, there have been a lot of sloppiness turnover-wise, especially on Sunday. And talking with Gino on the coaches show last night, he mentioned how a lot of times in the half court, you guys are going way too fast. How do you slow things down a half a beat or two to get yourselves in a good rhythm where you're making good decisions instead of being hurried and making decisions and leading to turnovers?
That was also a big emphasis in practice yesterday. Just slowing us down, because again, in practice, I think we're just moving too fast. And I don't think we realize it, you know, because we just want to, you know, get through the play and, you know, have the end result. But everything takes time, and coach is telling, you know, everything takes time. We have to set up our cut, we have to set up the screen, we have to do this, and then we're playing off of our defense. You know, it's not just the same play every single time, or the same, you know, base of the play every single time. So we just have to figure it out. I don't know if there's another answer to that. We really just have to figure it out. And like I said, it really just starts in practice. We're moving too fast yesterday in practice too. So just making sure that everyone is cognizant of that. Like, hey, he just says slow down. So slow down, you know, just slow down just a little bit, think, and then everything, you know, just starts to flow. But that can't just be the one time when he says that. It has to be the time after that, and the time after that, and the time after that. Because a lot of, I want to say 98% of our turnovers were because of us. And it was like us making the mistakes, us moving too fast, us just throwing the ball away, just making a horrible decision, you know, a dumb decision instead of a smart one. So, and it starts in practice. We're doing the same thing in practice a couple of days before that. So it really does start in practice. We have to be able to get it done in practice and make sure we feel good getting on that plane.
Right. Okay.
Evina, as you folks prepare for your second true road game in what should be a hostile environment, combined with not having Paige, what's really going to be the main primary focus in order to come out of there with the win?
Staying together. Like you said, it's going to be a hostile environment. Liv's homecoming game, so you know, half of Georgia is already against her. You know, half of it is with her and with us. But at the same time, we're coming in with UConn on our jersey. So it's going to feel like, you know, no one is really there for us, but the people who are there for us are the people that's in the huddle. You know, the people that we're getting on the plane with, the people that are on the floor, the five that are on the floor at that time. We have to be in sync at all times. And we've all been in situations like that in high school, coming into college, whatever it may be. We've all been in some type of hostile environment. So I don't think it'll be new for anyone, but we have to be able to, especially I think the younger guys, just be like, hey, don't focus on them. Focus on what we got going right here. You know, listen to us, listen to our voice, listen to my voice. What I call out, then we're just going to do it. And I think that's what the emphasis is in practice, making sure that we're feeling good in practice, that we're like, okay, we already know when we come into a game where we know what's going to happen. You know, coach has been pushing us, and like he's our biggest enemy in practice. You know, he's being the fans, he's being the team that's, you know, trying to punch us in the face, whatever the case may be. So making sure we feel good today, I think it's just going to be all about just staying together. You know, things are going to get hard. Teams might go on a little run, but it's how can we just not dip, you know, throughout the game. I think at least one time a game, we just have this like little dip where we're not able to bounce back as quick as we'd like to. So just being able to like, hey, okay, they scoring us, but we have to be able to, let's not turn it over. Let's not have our energy drop dramatically. So